Armory disc golfers, she's finally done it. After 8 months of sitting at $9.99, Kristin Tattar has gone where no woman has gone before and is now officially the first female player to ever eclipse the 1,000 rated mark. All hail the queen. Kristin Tattar is perhaps the most ubiquitously cheered for pro in the game today. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone that follows the professional disc golf scene in any sort of serious fashion that doesn't enjoy watching her play and wants to see her win. There are certainly other widely beloved pros out there like Matty O, Owen Scoggins, Simon Lizotte, but if you took a poll of everyone's top 3 favorite players in MPO and FPO, my guess is that Kristin's name would be the most common one found on that list. She's been absolutely dominant for years now and has that it factor that reminds me of Tiger Woods or young Paul McBeth. Even though they're the favorite to win every tournament they enter, you still tune in cheering for them and want to see them take it down. Kristin, like those other 2 icons, has a seemingly perfect combination of both skills, charisma, and this killer instinct that makes her fun to watch and easy to cheer for. She's been hovering at that $9.99 mark, save for one dip to $9.98 in last October, for several months now, leaving much of the disc golf community holding our breath as we refuse to do the math ourselves and wait for the next ratings update to roll out to see if she would finally hit that mythical 4-digit mark. She's the first woman in the history of disc golf to achieve this rating. Paige Pierce came close in the spring of 2021, but came up just short and has fallen off since then. And this is a milestone, not just for Kristin, but for the disc golf world. She certainly won't be the last professional woman to reach this mark, but Tattar has certainly cemented her place in the history of the sport with this milestone. As disc golf continues to grow and evolve, I expect to see a few others join her in the coming years. Owen Scoggins is the closest currently at $9.89, is the best female putter in the world, and is probably the player that most people want to see reach this mark next because she's such a genuinely likable person. Owen doesn't rely on power to be successful, so it'll be interesting to see how long she can maintain her elite level of play. The Finnish friends Henna and Evelina are both dominant when it comes to throwing the disc. They lead the FPO field in slugging, which, to me, is a newly found stat. It combines their park percentage with C1 and C2 in regulation to give a more full representation of how well they perform from tee to green. And for those that like the more traditional tee to green statistic, they're top 2 there as well. Unfortunately, as has been well documented, they both have woes on the putting green and are near the bottom of the field in both C1 and C2 putting. As we all experience in our own personal games, it's a big if to say if I can just become a good putter or a dominant putter. But if either of them can start hitting even a 75% clip from C1, it may be difficult for any American to hoist an FPO trophy on the Pro Tour for the next several years. But the good old US of A does have hopefuls for sure. Holland Handley is still relatively new to the game, and she's been steadily climbing up the ranks and into regular lead card action. Missy Gannon has a well-rounded game from the tee to the green, and I would like to remind the world once again that we're sitting on the ticking time bomb that is Eliezer Middling, a teenager who can't drive a car but can drive a disc. She's already sitting just outside the top 10 in both slugging and C1X putting. And it's this combination of being both good at throwing the disc and putting the disc that has made Kristin so good for so long. She's not the best in the field at either one, but she's near the top in every single aspect of the game. And it's a fair question at this point, though it'll surely drive the ratings don't matter crowd crazy, whether or not Kristin Tattar is the GOAT of women's disc golf. These are always nuanced discussions. I think she is the best female player of all time, yes, but I still think she needs to add to her resume before taking the spot at the top of that mountain. She only has 6 major wins and 2 world titles, but at the clip that she's going, she could close on Paige Pierce's numbers of 17 and 5 within the next couple of years. Kristin is also winning Grand Slams and world titles in a more competitive era. This isn't to knock on Paige, Valerie, Corver, King, or any of the other greats that came before, but it is more impressive that she can dominate the way she has while playing against the fields that she's been up against. And she has been dominant. She didn't commit disc golf full time until 2018. She didn't have a full tour in the US until 2022. And last year was the first year that she even played in all 4 majors in a single season. Even still, she has the most Elite Series wins and majors since 2021, and the disc golf community more or less has this understanding that any event that she doesn't show up to has a sort of asterisk next to the winner's name. Since 2020, she has a 53% win percentage in Elite Series events and has never placed outside the top 10 in an Elite Series event. What? That is a stat that is so ridiculous, I had to go back and make sure that I was reading Statmando correctly. And sure enough, when she's not outright winning events, Kristin Tattar is still showing a level of consistency that is outright absurd, especially given what we've mentioned about how talented the field has become. Kristin Tattar is the queen of the disc golf world, and I'm stoked for both her and the sport of disc golf for her to finally punch through the 4-digit mark. I'm sure Lat64 will be pumping out some 1K Graces or something in the coming days, and I don't care how many commemorative discs she has available already. These are ones that I'm definitely going to want my hands on because this is an awesome achievement. So congratulations, Kristin. It's obviously a well-deserved accomplishment, and the disc golf world is excited to see you finally eclipse that mark. Now, rest up and get back to the Pro Tour. It's kind of you to give others a shot at the OTB Open, but we the people want to see you back in the mix. Let me know what you think Tattar's cap will be and who you think will be the next woman to join her in that 1,000 rated club. Leave your thoughts below and let's chat about it. Leave a like for the queen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.